Do not let this discourage you. Okay.
Okay, friends, we are going to start making bread with the sourdough starter. At least I really hope we are, okay? This is, first, I'm trying to remind myself, so I'm going to remind you to not get discouraged if it's not turning out exactly the way that you like, because sourdough is a learning experience, and because no matter where you are in the country, in the world, it's going to react differently, okay? I know that Linda's Pantry up in Washington, they have an amazing amount of natural yeast in the air, and so they have amazing sourdough. Here in Michigan, I have no clue, okay, because this is my first venture. So, according to the book, which you see is right here, and there's a link down below again, they have a master loaf recipe. Okay, so that's what we're going to use. So in here, I have a scant 1.5 cups of water, or 350 grams. I don't care if you're weighing it or if you're measuring it. You're still making bread. So I don't do that snobbery stuff, okay? Okay, so, and then it says that we need 50 grams or 1/4 cup of the active starter. So that is what I am going to dig out of here. Okay, we're going to dig out and put it right into the water. Yes, we are. You can probably hear the dog munching down in the background. It is pure chaos here with a new dog. So I hope you'll bear with me. Okay, that's going to go in the sink. And then it says to, in a large mixing bowl, combine the bubbly starter with the water and loosely stir them together. Okay, it's not a matter of incorporating it all. It's loosely stirring it together. Okay, and then I'm going to put this back over here, cover it up. I'll end up feeding them one more time and then putting them in the fridge just because I like feeding them. It's kind of like having a plant. I don't know. Anyway, so next we are going to add in, now in here she's saying a strong white flour and salt. Okay, I'm not using white flour. I am using fresh ground flour, like seriously so fresh ground that it is still warm, okay? So that is my fresh ground flour right there. And it takes approximately 4 cups or 500 grams. So I might have to grind up a little bit more here. We shall see. Yes, we shall. Yeah, I'm going to have to grind up more. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to have to grind up another cup, so please hold. I am trying out another grain mill. Oh, yeah. And this is the Nutri-Mill, because, well, that's more than a cup. That's okay. I'll use it. Because the other one, the Wonder Mill that I had, it's fine. You know, I did not pay attention, and I put the canister in the dishwasher. No, that's a bad thing. So it shrunk, like your favorite sweater. Anyway, so I'm kind of like, you know, I want to try this one too. And so I got this one, and then I ordered the replacement part. So anyway, customer service at Nutri-Mill is outstanding. I will tell you that. Okay, let's do this. I didn't grind all of that. I need a cup. I need a cup. Okay, so there we go. We're gonna get that cup and then we'll grind up the rest of it. But I want to get to making some bread. Okay, so come on, you can do it. There you go. Okay. And then a teaspoon or 7 grams of salt. Okay. There we go. And then she says, I initially use a stainless steel tablespoon or a bread whisk to gently start mixing it all together. And then I go in with my hands. How many dirty dishes do I have to have? I'm going to do this, okay? I'm going to do this. I don't need any more dirty dishes. Okay. The dough does not need to be handled very much at this point. Remember to scrape down the sides. Okay. The only aim here is to loosely mix the starter and the water through the flour. And so that's what I am doing. And apparently I'm going all in. Okay. So we're just gonna loosely do that. Personally, I think I need more water, but I don't know what I'm doing. The dough does not need to be handled very much. Yeah, okay, sure. Okay, I think I need just a little sploosh of water. Let me get a little bit of water. There we go. Like a sploosh, literally a sploosh. Okay, that is my technical term. There we go. Okay, we want to scrape down the sides. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so it is a very it's a sticky dough. And I mean, anything I'd ever read about white flour, you know, commercially ground flour, practically none of it applied to whole wheat. So it's a good thing. Okay, it's all a good thing. We'll learn together and we'll make amazing loaves of bread. Final few squeezes and then scrape down the bowl. The dough does not need to be handled very much at this point. It does not need to be kneaded. So I'm not kneading it, but I do want to scrape down the sides. Okay. Actually, I'm sorry. I did not even realize you guys weren't looking. I'm so sorry. Okay, so that's what I've got. That is what I've got. So I am doing nothing else to this, okay? And then, what is a cookbook if it does not have what you are making in between the pages? Cover the bowl with a shower cap and leave it for an hour or so on the kitchen counter. It can sit for 45 minutes. It can sit for 60 minutes, or it can be 90 minutes. If you get busy with something else, it will not spoil your dough. You do not need to feed any leftover starter again after you use it. Just store it covered in the fridge until you need it again for another recipe. Okay. After an hour or so, perform the first set of pulls and folds. Oh, we'll be back. I am going to cover this with a towel and just move it out of the way while I try to clean up the disaster and finish grinding the rest of that flour, because I'm going to try this again tomorrow too. Okay, I am more tired than a body has a right to be, but this stuff has sat here covered, and so now I need some water. Okay, so I have my water. I'm just going to take it and fold it, and take it and fold it, take it and fold it, right? And take it and fold it. Okay, I have no idea if I'm doing this right, you guys, but I think I am, because it's really starting to feel nice. You're not necessarily kneading it, you're just folding it, okay? And so now I'm going to, we'll see, we will definitely see. I'm going to try to do it like they did it. I don't know. And they take it and they pinch it, and they pinch it, and they pinch it, and they pinch it. And for my first loaf, it's going to be absolutely ugly. Okay, but we're good. So I'm going to put this in a bowl. Let me get the bowl. so I've got it. I've got a bowl, which is way too big, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, and I'm going to wet my towel. I'm going to put it in the fridge, and we'll see it in the morning. There we go. Okay. Say good night. Good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Well, my friends, I am reasonably positive that I will have a very interesting loaf of bread. Okay, so I was so tired last night. You have no idea. Anyway, so I took the dough, put it into a container, and then put it in the fridge. And I should have left it out overnight, according to the book. So I am going to get this out of this bowl. Let me get a little bowl of water. Okay, back at it again. So I have no idea what I'm doing. In case you're wondering, I'm learning, just like the video says. I am learning right along with you. And someone asked me if I don't like sourdough, why am I making it? Because I'm not the only person that lives in this house. That's why. Okay, and because I like learning new skills. Skills are important. Stuff is not important. Skills are important, okay? So I'm going to try to backtrack out of this for a minute and see if I have any hope for this loaf. Any hope at all. I pulled it out of the refrigerator early this morning, and I don't know. I'm not optimistic. I'll tell you straight up. I'm not optimistic because I do not think that by putting it in the fridge that I actually messed it up. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to get that light, poofy dough that we all expect sourdough to be. And definitely, I need to work on my folding skills, okay? So we'll get there because I'm not done with this. I am not done with this. So I'm going to take this for what it's worth. And it has been sitting out now for, oh gosh, 8 hours easily, okay? So I am going to put that in the oven because honestly, I think there's no hope for it, okay? But I'm going to put that in the oven for, there's a certain amount of time that you bake it. So we're going to put it in the oven, preheat it to 425 or 450 convection. 450. I have a convection oven. 450, okay? So I'm preheating the oven to 450. She does state in her book, we're going to go back through. I'm going to write this down so that it works better with my brain than the book. There's a lot of back and forth and tips, and it's like, okay, I appreciate all of it. It's just not cohesive for me to read in my speed reading manner. Okay, so we're going to put it, okay, so it's in there. I do not have one of those baskets. It's on its way. It's on its way. When the oven is ready, you put the bread into the pan. Okay, great. The oven's preheating to 450. I'm not going to even bother trying to make it pretty because, like I said, I don't believe. So we're going to bake this for 50 minutes with the lid on the entire time. Okay, and then we're going to drop it down. Let's see. In the oven. And then then we'll tell you when we get there, because now I'm flipping back and forth with the way she writes this book again. I like the book. It's got a lot of good information. It's just not necessarily a real cohesive read. So I'm going to put the lid on. When the oven is 450, I'm going to put it in the oven, set the timer for 50 minutes. Okay, I would like to remind everybody that puppies are cute, but they are dumb. Okay. I just got it out of the oven. And, ooh, that's hot. Okay. I have no idea. We're going to let this cool off. My first note to self is, yeah, don't do this when you're tired, okay? And that got a little crunchy on the bottom. So I am calling this a fail. I'm going to let it cool off. We'll take a look at it. It could be the pan. I'm not going to lie, because I had it seasoned. I didn't have it totally seasoned. How's that? So there was some oil in the bottom. I did not realize to the extent, which has caused a smoke. It's kind of frustrating. I don't normally share epic fails like this with you guys. But, I mean, it's got a nice crust. Yeah, we'll see what it tastes like. Side note number 365 is that I'm not done trying this. I'm just done for a day or two. I have the starter. I'm going to pull the starter out. I'm going to feed it, and I'm going to start another loaf. But this is our experiment for today.
Epic fail. Epic fail. Right? That's what I get for doing a two-part video. So, epic fail. I think I know where I messed up. Okay. So I am going to pull the starter out. I am going to feed it, and I'm going to start over again. And I'm going to devote a little more attention to it. Epic fail. Unbelievable. It smells like whole wheat bread. Anyway, so I will give it another go with the home ground wheat, right? And I'm going to go make myself a cheat sheet that's easier for me to follow. I'll share it with you guys when I do the next video. Yeah, epic fail. And I know exactly where. So I will do this again. We'll be back in a few days with my next attempt. Hang with me. It's going to be fun. Do not let this discourage you. Okay? I never claimed to be a baker, not once in my 57 years, okay? Baking bread is not my forte. There are some breads that I bake regular, I bake very well. I do not do sourdough. It's really not a preference of mine, but as I stated, I'm not the only person living in this house. It was something I wanted to try when I thought I had a little more time, and then life happened. Toby. So, that's his name. His name's Toby. So it's been very chaotic around here, and I have not been able to devote the time that I needed. Super tired due to lack of sleep. We will be doing this again, seriously. So do not let this dissuade you from trying. Sourdough is a learning process. It is a skill, and that is the whole point of doing this, is to develop the skill and show you guys that, hey, I almost never get everything right the first time, okay? This is the point. So, okay. We will be back later this week with my second attempt at sourdough and a whole bunch of other stuff. So until next time, be safe.